Welcome back to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports, your home for all things Newport athletics, where we break down the plays, the players, and the pride behind every Grizzly win.
I'm Haley Bolliard.
And I'm Carter Brantner. Whether you're catching us from the stands, the sidelines, or the road trip to Ritzville, we've got everything you need to stay plugged in with Grizzly football.
Tonight, we're recapping a statement win over Priest River, one that showcased all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Everybody showed up.
We'll walk you through the key moments, standout performances, and talk about how a little extra motivation may have lit the fire for this team. And of course, we'll preview the league opener coming up against Ritzville.
So buckle in. This is Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. Let's get into it.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power.
What a win, Newport fans. If you weren't there Friday night, you missed an absolute team performance. Offense, defense, and special teams. Every unit showed up in a big way as Newport took down Priest River 35-8.
It all started slow. Newport didn't even get the ball until there were under 7 minutes left in the first quarter. But when they did, they marched. A 14-play drive capped off by a 10-yard touchdown run from Jacob Reimers early in the second quarter. PAT, good. 7-0 Newport.
Priest River responded with a touchdown and converted the two-point try to go up 8-7, but Newport wasn't rattled. After a defensive stop and a solid punt return, the offense got to work again. Big pass plays set up the first and goal, and then quarterback Brad Martin punched it in from a yard out, 14-8, Newport going into the half.
And then, boom, momentum shift. Cutter Driver took the second half kickoff 90 yards to the house. That's a special team spark if I've ever seen one. And he wasn't done. On PR's next drive, Driver picked off Lucas Matthews and returned it to the 27.
Then came one of the wildest plays of the night. With Brad Martin sidelined briefly with a cramp, Cutter Driver stepped in at quarterback. He threw a dangerous pass over the middle that bounced off a Priest River defender, but somehow, Dylan Aubrey came down with it in the end zone. Touchdown Newport, 28-8.
Priest River tried to claw back. They went for it on the fourth down deep in their own territory, but Brad Martin shut it down with a tackle for loss. 7 plays later, Martin hit Reimers on a sprint out for the final score of the night. Final score, Newport 35, Priest River 8.
Let's talk about this defense. Cutter Driver had 2 interceptions. Brad Martin added another. Ari Swain and Damian Hamburg each had a sack, and the D-line brought pressure all night, racking up 9 quarterback hurries.
Hamburg also nailed every PAT and was an absolute weapon on kickoffs. All but one were touchbacks, keeping Priest River pinned deep all night. Talk about a field position game changer.
And on the offensive side, let's not overlook Jacob Reimers either. 7 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown on the ground, plus 4 receptions for 48 yards and another score through the air. He's been consistent dual threat guy and he showed up again this week.
And we've got to give some love to Dylan Aubrey. 2 receptions for 41 yards, including that tip touchdown grab that really broke Priest River's momentum. Right place, right time, but you've got to have strong hands and focus to come down with that ball in traffic.
On the ground, we saw contributions from Gavin Hunt Estrada with 23 yards on just 3 carries, and Preston Wazensky added a couple of tough runs. That depth in the backfield could be important as we get deeper into the season.
So again, total team win. Offense took care of the football, special teams flipped the field, and the defense made big plays when it mattered. You love to see that kind of balance.
Now let's talk about the little extra motivation this team had. Word got around that Priest River picked Newport for their homecoming opponent. That's bulletin board material if there ever was any. And from the way Newport came out, you could tell they took that personally.
And they answered, loud and clear.
Next up, it gets real. Newport hits the road to face Ritzville this coming week in what will be their league opener. That's when the games start counting even more, and momentum like this win can carry a team a long way.
Ritzville's known for being tough in the trenches. They like to play physical, and they're not going to hand anything over. But if Newport shows up with this same level of energy, execution, and discipline, they'll be ready.
We'll be watching closely, and we'll be back next week to break it all down. Newport vs. Ritzville. League play begins.
Until then, hats off to the Grizzlies. Big win, total team effort. On to the next.
And now, get ready for an exclusive interview with the Newport High School football team managers. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. I'm your host, Carter Brantner, and joined with me this week is Mario Hernandez and Reed Trombley.
Hi, I'm Mario Hernandez, and I'm the football team's manager for Newport Grizzlies.
Hi, I'm Reed Trombley. I'm the second football team manager for Newport Grizzlies.
What grades are you guys?
I'm freshman year.
I'm sophomore.
All right, perfect. Starting with Mario, what do you think has been the biggest key to this team's success this season?
I think that this year's success key is encouragement during the games, and the players have really been hitting the gym and getting stronger.
All right, perfect. Reed, was there a turning point in the season at all where you felt things just really clicked between the team?
No, not really. Everything's really clicked from the beginning. No one's really had an up or a down.
Has there ever been like a point where you felt there was like a spike downhill or anything, like where the team morale was just not there?
No, not really. Everyone's been pretty upbeat recently, and yeah.
Mario, how has the team grown compared to last year?
I feel like the last year the team didn't really they weren't as strong as they are this year. So I feel like that they've just been really good about going to the gym and getting stronger.
All right. Reed, what has been the most memorable moment so far this season?
The Priest River game. 12 in a row is kind of nuts.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, that's something every school wishes for against their team rivals, in my opinion. Mario, who on the team has really stepped up this year and made a difference?
I feel like Dylan Aubrey has really stepped up from last year. He's been doing really good with the receives.
Okay, perfect. Reed, how would you describe the team's chemistry and how does it contribute to the whole team's performance?
Everyone's just really good friends on the team, so they are I guess more aware of each other and know how each other play, so it's easier to read.
And for both of you, how do you think your coaches help set the tone for success?
They've been really getting on the players about their plays. They've really been strict about it, and if they mess up, they remind them and they teach them about their mistakes.
What Mario said, really, they've just been getting on the players about how to do their plays right and just making sure that they do it right each time.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's the preparation during the week leading up to a big game? Like last week's Priest River game, I know was really important for every single player. What was the practice plan? How did the team morale, what was the main focus basically and all that?
The coaches have really been good on giving us talks and preaches before the games. And yeah, I feel like that's really been all.
Okay, perfect. How does it feel to represent your school as managers, when the whole team's doing well on the field, or even when the team's doing mediocre and not too well?
I feel pretty proud to represent Newport. They've been doing good all season, besides the Riverside game, but yeah.
And how do you guys as managers, do you guys get any pressure at all from people that know you guys manage or anything, or is it just more of a relaxation type job on the football team?
No, I feel like it's usually pretty low key. So, yeah.
What advice would you give to the underclassmen who will lead the team next?
They really just need to study from the varsity players and they got to really learn their plays this year, because I know some of them aren't really paying attention to that, and you got to pay attention to film when coach is playing it. It really does help a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I played football my sophomore year, and film definitely helped out a lot. Are there any changes or improvements you'd like to see for the program in the future?
No, not really. No.
Is there anything that's a little bit down right now that may need to be brought up, any leadership or is there any lackment of a specific department? I know that we don't pass as much. Is there a reason for that, or is it just that we like to run?
It's just in our plays that we do, we don't really need the passing, but on some of them, we just haven't used them yet.
What are you guys' goals for the rest of this season and beyond?
I usually, keep going, make it to state, try your best.
How do you hope the community continues to support the team going forward?
It's just nice when people just show up and cheer for the team. They really do like it, and it does encourage them a lot when they're playing against Priest River or someone like that, a good rival.
What kind of culture do you want the team to have even after you graduate?
Just to stay positive, stay friends with everyone. Don't talk bad about other players behind their backs, nothing like that. Just keep it all like nice and yeah.
Do you guys think there are any underclassmen right now that have what it takes to be future team leaders?
Yes, definitely.
And who might those players be?
PJ does. He's been doing really good on the JV as their QB.
I think Landon Hall is a really good defensive player, and I think that he has what it takes coming into his junior and senior year to become a leader.
I think Wyatt Pratt has been doing a lot better this year than he was like previous years in middle school. He's been doing very well as a defensive player and offensive player.
Are there any traditions you hope the team keeps alive after this season?
I would really just say keep up the chants and cheers in the locker room and the music beforehand in the locker room.
The music really does help the players just get into the right mindset before the games and just get them into the mood.
If you could write the future story of this team, like for this whole season, what would you write up? How would the storybook ending be?
They take no losses for the rest of the year and they make it to state and get at least top 5.
That's a really good answer. All right, thank you, Mario and Reed, for coming on.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'm your host, Carter Brandner, signing off for this week.
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show.